Hey guys, how we all doing? Hope we're alright, hope we're having a good day. We're going to do another spooky reaction video. This time we're going to Depths of Despair's channel. This one's 10 scary ghost videos that will make your skin crawl. Let's hope they do. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, try and get some views on the video, I'd be very grateful for that. And if you wouldn't mind popping by Depths of Despair's channel also and dropping them a sub, the link is in the description. I'd be grateful for that to show some support to the original creator. In the meantime, let's get the cans on, give it a watch. Let's hope we get scared. Let's hope our skin does crawl, as it says. Let's go.
The hospital. A man named Valente works as a nurse in a hospital and says that many strange things have been happening inside the place. From seeing doors open on their own to shadow figures lurking in the dark. Many of the nurses say they experience all kinds of things when they are alone at night in the hospital. The following video was actually sent to him by a female security guard who was doing the night shift alone, patrolling the hospital when something strange happened. Not sure what to make of it, she pulls her phone out and records this.
Is this the... I was waiting for someone to jump up there. What? What's these noises?
A knocking sound can be heard on one of the glass doors, but as she goes over to check it out, it's clear that nobody is on the other side. The moment she turns around, the knocking comes back more aggressively, but once again, there's nobody there. They believe the strange paranormal events are due to the amount of people who have lost their lives in the hospital. But let me know what you think.
Yeah, it's I don't know. The stuff falling and stuff like that looked quite intriguing, to be fair, but that... It was hard to make out what was supposed to be listening to. There seemed to be a lot of... I don't know, it's Depth of Despair. Sometimes you put sound effects and stuff in the background and it sort of throws you from what you're actually supposed to be focused on, unfortunately. But, yeah, I mean, obviously she held the camera up to the window and there was nobody apparently there, but I thought they didn't even open the door. Whether it was locked, I don't know. She did try, but whether she was just trying the handle or what, I don't know, but it didn't seem to go anywhere. Let us know what you guys make of that one.
Occupied.
I'd like to see a few more of the clips.
The video comes from a woman named Destiny Sanchez and was taken by her husband who was installing a Wi-Fi system in an old house
We've
that was
seen this
built
guy
in 1954.
earlier.
While alone in the house doing his work, he notices something disturbing that he just cannot explain. Watch closely.
I was saying that if he's installing the Wi-Fi, then there shouldn't really be any wireless devices and stuff like that. We did come across this one a couple of weeks ago. I'm hoping there's an update.
Somewhere close by, a faint voice can be heard whispering desperately for help. Creeped out, he completes his installation and decides to contact the homeowner about the voice. When the woman says her daughter also complained about hearing a voice, saying the exact same things Destiny's husband captured. He believes something terrifying has happened here in the past, seeing as the house is quite old and must have a tragic history.
I mean, they say quite old. It said 50s. I still think of that as quite recent, to be fair. I know it's probably not now, because I'm old, but I still think I've got me 80s kid head on where stuff like that isn't that actually that long ago, but it's nearly bloody 70 years now, isn't it? It's still not... I wouldn't class it as old, like, but... It's weird. It's that old strange head fuck where you hear something's 100 years old and it seems ancient, but like when you were a kid, if something was 100 years ago, you'd think it was like forever, but when you think World War One was about that, it suddenly becomes a lot more recent.
Early shift.
I'm just babbling now, sorry.
In the next video, a woman was working a very early morning shift inside a big building. She was the first person to arrive on the premises, and while beginning to work on the lower floors of the building, she heard a very disturbing loud sound coming from the dining room on the upper floors of the building, which immediately seemed strange to her, as she should be the only one inside the building. She pulls her phone out and heads upstairs as she records. This is what she captured.
Them doors are enough to give you the creeps. What? Is that muddy footprints or something? That door? There's so much noise, it could have been anything to be there. What was that? Was that somewhere up the corridor there? Look like a cat or a dog or something?
As she enters the dark dining room, a terrifying lamenting sound can be heard, as if someone was suffering. Creeped out by what she hears, she tries to maintain a calm composure and just heads to the lift to get out of there.
Yeah, so there was just so much other background noise going on there. It was hard to make out. There was something, but it could have been anything with all that other noise going on.
But just as she enters the lift, a pair of footsteps can be heard running towards her. It's as if someone was running to reach the lift and enter with her before the doors closed. And that seems to be the case because while in the lift, she notices something disturbing and takes a picture of this.
That's pretty
What looks like
shittifying.
a terrifying, sinister, pale face can be seen in the reflection of the
What
elevator,
the fuck are you?
with big black eyes and a black mouth. Since then, she never wanted to do the early shift alone ever again. But the question still remains.
What is that?
Just who or what is this?
Weird shit, man. But the footsteps, the way they're just suddenly like 3 or 4 and then stop again. It's And then it sounded like there was banging on the door as well, but again, it could just be background. It's hard to tell with most of the shit going on in that place, but it did seem quite an eerie place to go, and you wouldn't like to go in on your own first thing on the morning or last thing at night, like, to be fair. But let us know what you guys make of it. That face was a bit at the end, like, but she didn't seem to react. She wasn't talking. She wasn't sort of commentating on her way around. She wasn't making it known that she was nervous or anything. It was just strange. Let us know.
In the mosque.
Let us know.
In the following video, a man was praying inside a mosque with his family, just like he would do regularly. However, on this particular occasion, he hears a strange sound and decides to record as he looks around, when all of a sudden he notices what he believes to be a jinn inside the mosque. Watch closely.
Kita ni ngaji ni weh. Lagu Irwan sekitaran masjid. Apa ni weh? Apa ni weh?
A jinn. That's a fucking assassin. Been playing Assassin's Creed too much, these guys. Fucking hell.
Apa ni weh? Weh, ni. Sumpah weh.
Nah, that's somebody in a fucking costume, that mind.
Bani weh.
What
Creepy.
looks like a creepy pale grey face with dark eyes can be seen lurking above, before walking off and disappearing into the darkness.
Bloody Assassin's Creed.
The figure seems to be wearing religious attire, leading some to believe that the jinn is also Muslim. But let me know what you think. Strange encounter.
Yeah, I'm not buying that one. Like, that's a dude in a costume.
A woman named Kikyo explains that ever since moving into a new house in a different neighborhood, strange things started happening. The previous residents of the house gave her some warnings about the property, as they left behind strange items like holy water and other things.
Desde que nos mudamos aquí a la casa empezaron a suceder cosas rarísimas. Sin embargo, nunca había sentido nada en la casa. La cuestión es que cuando nos mudamos de casa, los ex vecinos, los ex personas que estuvieron rentando aquí nos dijeron que pues que esta casa según tenía algo porque todas las parejas casadas se terminaban separando. Otra cosa es que nosotros encontramos como clavos en las esquinas de las puertas y moneditas también metidas en los rincones. Esos son rituales.
On one night, while returning home late at night with her husband, Kikyo notices her neighbor's car door left wide open with nobody around. Worried that something may have happened, they go up to the car and see who's inside, and things get a little strange. Take a look.
Oigan amigos, estoy bien preocupada porque no sé qué le pasó a mi vecina, güey. ¿Eh?
After checking the car and seeing that it's empty, they decide to talk for a moment before knocking on the neighbor's door.
Bug.
No me acuerdo de su nombre. Hola, ¿hablaremos a la policía?
Claro, no, hay que ver si contesta.
Su garage.
No, si no estuviera ahí, no estaba el carro.
Ah, mira, yo creo que ya prendió la luz. ¿No? ¿Es tu lámpara? No, a ver, bájala.
Tócala un poquito más fuerte.
Ay, le tocas tú, me da miedo.
¿Ah?
Le tocas tú, me da miedo.
I was gonna say, is that somebody lurking?
Uy, la
It
mierda.
seemed to be.
Uy, la mierda. Uy. Tiene una pinche mierda ahí. Tiene como se ve como una cabeza, te lo juro.
It actually looked when they first went up to the window that there was a similar looking face, but I wasn't sure if it was just reflections or something on the shelves or something. Like from when they were stood a bit further round. And
Hi, hola, soy yo, la vecina de al lado.
Who is it?
It's me, your neighbor. The next door neighbor.
We're trying to let you know your car is open.
¿Ah?
Your car is open.
¿Qué pasó?
Su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
¿Mi carro?
Sí.
Oh my God. How can we open?
No sabía espantar. Soy yo, su vecina de al lado.
Oh my God.
Sí, su carro tiene toda la puerta abierta.
Alguien la abrió.
what?
Sí, está.
Yeah.
¿Quiere que le hablemos a la policía?
Virgen del Carmen. Alguien lo abrió. Y él tiene la llave.
¿Quién?
El que viene a robar acá todo el tiempo.
Yeah.
La batería.
Someone comes stealing all the time. What?
Y es la puerta, esta puerta ya no trabaja porque la rompió. Y la policía no hace nada, ¿sabe?
As she
What?
knocks on the neighbor's window, she notices a creepy face staring back at her, which she didn't believe was actually the old woman. Although you can see the same color clothing,
Yeah.
so it could be the lady. But why was she hiding? Even stranger, she comes out and doesn't seem too concerned about the open car door. But now, ever since knocking on her door and speaking to her, things have gone worse back at their own house. The next night,
What?
she goes live with her audience, while her family is asleep, and this happens.
¿Está alguien contigo durmiendo? Sí, está mi esposo. Mis dos hijos están aquí. Los ronquidos que están escuchando son de él. No hay nadie en la casa. Hoy se escuchan también pisadas en el techo, güey. También, ahorita ya estoy más tranquila que hace rato, porque hace rato cuando hice un live también y salí y estaba mi cajón de abajo de la cama abierto. Se escuchó el ruido
Bed
cuando yo estaba grabando.
drawers all.
Ese video lo subí.
What? Was that someone walking around the floor? Or just a bed?
Pero no mames, gente, hace rato yo quería llorar porque tenía mucho miedo, neta. Cabrón, no mames. Puta madre. Ay, no, gente, yo creo que le voy a hablar a la policía porque neta que no. Y es que no están tocando mi ventana. No está tocando mi ventana, es la puerta del cuarto la que están tocando, no mames. Hay alguien afuera de la puerta del cuarto, güey. Pero no es un puto
That would be pretty horrific, like if you were just trying to lie in bed and something's knocking on your bloody door and you know there's nobody else. That could, well, the kids could possibly be doing it, but unlikely. That's just rather worrying.
Porque ya se recurrieron mis hijos. Entonces.
No, te quitaste aquí.
And that wasn't one of the kids.
¿Sí ven en dónde están mis hijos? Carajo.
Might just sleep talking, I guess, but since she got up.
She begins to hear all sorts of strange sounds coming from around the house, along with music and knocking on her bedroom door.
I wasn't
But
sure
what
if the
shocks
music
her the
was hers.
most is hearing her child's voice, quite loudly, even though they are both fast asleep next to her. She begins to panic, but tries to stay calm to not disturb her family, but the worst is yet to come.
What the fuck? That sounds like an actual manual switch flicking as well. That's...
No te doy permiso, no te doy entrada, no te doy permiso, no te doy entrada, no te doy permiso, no te doy entrada, no te doy permiso, no te doy entrada. No te doy permiso, no te doy.
The lights in the room start to flicker on and off by themselves, and the knocking on the door gets more aggressive. She believes these events have something to do with the previous night.
That's not flickering, that's actually being manually turned on and off. You could hear the switch clicking.
Where she knocked on her neighbor's door and saw a creepy face watching through the window, and then interacting with the woman afterwards. But until further updates, this one remains a mystery. If you have any video...
Yeah, it was a curious one. That, like I said at the very beginning of that one, though, when they first went to the house, it might have just been my imagination, like pareidolia or whatever you want to call it. That's the mosque one again. Not too far. Where was it? When they first went up to the window. You could sort of see a face looking, but it might have just been something on the shelving behind or something. It's just like pareidolia kind of vibes, but I definitely thought I saw someone looking out. Yeah, it might have just been shit on the wall or something, but there was a point where it definitely looked like a face looking out the window.
Jugarás.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one now. Let us know what you guys make of that. It would be terrifying to go have to live through that, like. Curious stuff.
The phone call. A Reddit user was working as a rehab nurse, and one night a patient suddenly died. They prepared the woman's body for her family to come and visit one last time, and for the mortuary to come and take her away afterwards. The hall was mostly empty, and there was nobody anywhere near her
I think
room.
we've seen this
It
one a
was in
couple
the
of times,
middle of
unless
the
it's a
night,
new
so
one.
no TVs would turn on, when all of a sudden, the now deceased woman's call light turns on out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think we've seen this one a couple of times. It is quite intriguing, but you can't really make out what it is.
They turn on again. This time the nurse answers it on the phone, so it turns off without having to go back down there. And that's when the speaker turns on and something creepy is heard. Listen closely.
It does sound like a telly, but apparently there's no telly on.
A disembodied voice can be heard talking, although it's hard to make out what is being said. Many people in the comments say they hear the words birthday and daughter died, and they believe this is the spirit of the patient still reliving a scene from its former life, not knowing that it has already passed on. But I'll let you be the judge of that. VR.
This one was pretty cool as well. We saw this last week as well, I think.
VR games with her husband, but while taking a 15-minute break, she decided to play a little bit of a game called First Encounters. After just playing mini-golf, she recenters herself in the middle of the room and does a boundary reset for the game. And also she does a space setup and rescans the room, so all objects are out of the way. However, when she starts playing the game, she gets completely spooked after seeing this.
It did look quite impressive, this, to be fair. It's like, it looks like it's in proper 3D space. It's mad.
A strange three-dimensional shaped figure can be seen in the room. The figure looks as though it's wearing a hooded cloak. Her husband was sitting in the kitchen at the time, and the figure is a lot taller than everybody else. This is also the first time it has happened, so it wouldn't make sense for it to be due to the room spacing, as she arranges the setup the same way every time. Creeped out by this, she immediately stopped playing the game and decided to take a break.
That is mad.
Seeing as everything was set up properly, viewers could only conclude this was a ghost.
It would be pretty cool. That it did look like legitimately like a 3D shape in the space because of the way the lights were and stuff like that. It is impressive. I've not played VR, so I don't really know the ins and outs of it. It knocks us sick. So I don't own one, but it'd be interesting to see if anything else. It'd be like the whole Connect thing again.
The closet. On March the 4th of 2025, a man named Adam can be seen standing in his room along with his sister, both terrified after noticing something disturbing within the closet. Watch closely.
Potato cam.
No mames. No mames. Parte de ahí, Pola.
What is it?
¿Será que me acerco?
Sí.
Okay.
Ni se ve.
The two siblings stay far back as they observe what looks like a pale face lurking inside
That's so
the
hard to
closet,
see anything that
staring
it's just
at
a
them
fucking blur.
before the mirror door opens and the closet door closes on its own. Adam explains that he has been afraid to go near the closet ever since then. Real ghost or not, I'll let you be the judge.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, like, but it was hard to make out anything there, never mind the face, but I guess the door opening was creepy, but let us know what you guys make of it.
Past. A man named Ragausu works as a security guard and does late night shifts for a school somewhere in Argentina. He often finds himself working late alone patrolling the premises, and for a while now he has been experiencing strange paranormal phenomena.
Please tell us
He
this place
says
is
that
shut.
because the school is located some distance away from the city, and there aren't many buildings around it, many strange people and cultists would sneak in at night and use it for rituals and other purposes. The building itself is also very old, with a tragic history of things happening. In 1970, a 15-year-old student had an abortion in the school bathroom, resulting in her and the baby passing away. In the 1980s, another boy lost his life on school grounds while alone during out-of-school hours. In 1990, the school didn't have any running water and used to get it from a well, and another girl fell in and lost her life. Later on, they attempted to build an altar for the Virgin Mary on site, and the first bricklayer suddenly passed away due to cardiac arrest. Even stranger is that the person who replaced him also met the same fate, along with one of the teachers and a custodian. On one night, while live streaming the strange events and patrolling the school grounds, he captures something chilling. Watch closely.
Y aquí en la escuela cuando empiezan a ladrar los perros así a llorar.
Dog.
Ah, visto. Ahí empieza a joder, como a golpear. Todas las noches hace lo mismo.
Okay. Fair play, I'm going to check. Just a low.
¿Qué pasa? Tempranito empieza a hinchar las pelotas.
On a bar pull as well?
Banging
Fucking
can
hell.
be heard before a door slams open by itself, but when he goes to check, there's nobody there. After this, he goes over to another room to rest for a moment before heading back out, when this happens. One of the locker doors opens by itself, and then a light somewhere goes out.
Yeah, see,
On
it's suddenly
another
got
night,
dark.
while
I thought that was
examining
a,
the bathrooms and cubicles, he has an utterly terrifying experience.
I thought Depths had done the light effect for dramatic effect, but apparently not. Fucking hell. I thought it was somebody coming out there. Although we were seeing a full bloody blowing apparition there. Just this dude.
A girl's voice can be heard inside the bathroom before the door suddenly slams shut all on its own,
That's
completely freezing
impressive.
the security guard with fear. He believes this is the voice of the student who took her life in the bathroom, and in another live stream he sees what he believes is her face. Unfortunately, this one is just a snippet from the live stream that was noticed later on by a viewer.
It is possibly pareidolia, but that does seem to be a face looking up. That's pretty creepy. There was no way you guys make it. It's a good.
But as you can see, a
Well,
terrifying
it's not a
face
nice
of
story,
girl
but it's a
can be
good
seen
story
clearly
behind
in
it
the
all and
window,
what's
just
happening and stuff.
watching
But
him. Now, what makes Ragauzu's footage all the more compelling is the fact that everything he films is captured on live stream. So just how far does this school's dark past go? As always, leave your thoughts on this one down in the comments.
that is impressive if it's all bloody streamed live as well. Like, and we're saying this one as well. This was quite creepy, actually. It was
A
impressive.
woman named Rosalind was FaceTiming her boyfriend just having a regular chat when something horrifying is captured. While talking to her boyfriend, Rosalind's hair suddenly moves up on its own as if it was literally.
You've got to imagine that the phone's actually horizontal ways instead of vertical, and the hair goes up. Where she's lying down, her hair goes up. They've sort of flipped it on this to try and get the vertical format, but it is quite creepy.
Literally being grabbed by someone. They both react in shock as they are unable to explain what happened. And when she turns around, there's nobody there. You can also see her face is resting on her hands within the covers.
Whatever was messing with my hair, it was messing with my hair from the back, like up here, like grabbing like a handful, like doing this number. My hands, I'll
This
say how
number.
I was laying right here, just like this. I'm on my side, guys. I'm on my side. My hand is right here. The other hand is under here. That is my cat Pickles. Get out of here. And I'm laying like this. My hands are like it.
We might have done it
My
again.
hand right here. And whatever it was, you can see me laying like this. And whatever it was messing with my hair from back here. We were recording simply because my husband seen my hair do it the first time, and he was like, "Your hair is moving." And at first I was like, "No, it's not." Like I couldn't feel it. And he's like, "Yes, it is." And he started recording, and neither him or I was expecting it to do it again.
It happened before then.
He was getting crazy.
She explains that her uncle passed away some time ago, and when he was alive, he used to play with her hair just like how it was in the video. Could it be her uncle visiting her from the afterlife? Let me know. If you are ready for another one,
You could tell from the reaction, it seemed legit, like, to be honest. But we did come across that one last week or the week before. But it's still intriguing, to be fair. Let us know what you guys make of that and any of the other clips in there. There was some good stuff. There was one or two we'd seen previous. But some of the other stuff was actually really impressive. Let us know what you guys think of them all. If you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up, try and draw some views in on this video, I'd be grateful for that. Thanks everyone for the support. It does mean a lot that you're coming by and watching the videos. And if you want to discuss this, either leave your comments below or come by one of my live streams. If you ring the bell, you get alerts for when I go live and we can have a chat about stuff then. I do play video games and stuff, normally first person shooters and stuff like that, but I'm still willing to have a conversation about anything that you've seen here. If you want to come by, just feel free to drop by and we can have a chat. In the meantime, guys, have a good one, and I shall catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.